No! No! No!
Horror Pop Extravaganza.
What is up, all you beautiful souls out there in the world? I am tired, but I am here. I
Yeah.
am ready. It's been a wake up early, go to work, do what I think was a pretty fucking cool hand tattoo, get in the car, drive 2 hours home, just physically exhausted after a few days. But I was like, I cannot not be here for all of those beautiful souls who show up to hang out with us right here at the Horror Pop Extravaganza. Again, I am Pops Ghostly. With me, as always, is
Motherfucking Duplo Spooky. Yeah, I had to come in with the energy because you came in so soft.
I think you just amped me up, dude. You just definitely gave me something. Yeah, that was like some pro wrestling shit.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Um, Duke Spooky, I just want to take a second and apologize.
Oh,
I don't even think you know about this yet.
I don't.
So, like I said, it's been a busy couple of days. The last 3 to 4 days have been, really kind of working late, working all day and then working late and doing some other stuff. And my MS is just like, fuck, slow down for a second. And that's okay. I get it. Like, I get me and multiple sclerosis. I told it when I first got this shit. I was like, yo, we're going on a fucking ride still. So I hope you're ready for the multiple sclerosis. But I've been working a ton of crazy shit and I had my computer with me down at my mom's, and I was editing the podcast and stuff like that, and putting things out, and I got everything scheduled, ready to go, and I I posted, I've got it scheduled and everything, and I realized that I posted the episodes backwards. So whereas we said coming off of whatever episode, like Hell House LLC is next. The YouTube audience is getting VHS Halloween next.
Sweet. Well,
So
let me apologize because the listeners on our podcast only devices are like still on like Ernest Scared Stupid. Like actually,
yeah.
I don't even know if I posted that yet. Like
Oh,
they're
yes.
behind a couple weeks, so I apologize for that.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we do. And I know there's people who just like the audio. It's hard, but it would be, if we went to an exclusive video type podcast.
Our
But
numbers did bump when we started the YouTube channel, so I
well,
don't know what's
maybe,
going on.
yeah, I mean, maybe just keep it, because there are people I know who, like, when I used to drive, when I commuted all the time doing the pharma thing, I would listen to podcasts a lot, podcasts and audiobooks. I know a lot of people enjoy just the audio format of the podcast. So I guess just do your fucking job.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to look at our ugly mugs, so I gotta keep my side up.
Yeah. Ernest got a lot of love, dude. Ernest got
Of
so much
course it
love. I
did. Fucking
loved
of
all
course it
the
did.
I loved all the love around Jim Varney and Ernest. Not like so many people commenting and shit like, "Oh, I just watched it on Prime. Oh, I've already fucking watched it." So I had watched it every year since I was a kid. I'm like, "Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, man!"
those are
Ernest,
my people.
right?
Those are my little Duke Spookies.
Those
Love
are
you guys.
the Duke Spookies, the troll gang that's afraid of Miak. So today, so again, I apologize. Let me finish off right there. I fucked up. I put the episodes backwards. It was a long, busy, long time. Just please forgive me. But they're out there, so hopefully you enjoy the VHS Halloween episode because man, I was like, I almost want to watch that movie again
I'm
already.
going back to it, dude. That
Yeah,
was so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
so much fun. But today we are here to talk about a Shutter exclusive from 2025. I had watched this thing for some reason after I saw it the first time when I recommended we watch it. After I had seen it the first time, I don't know why. In my head, I thought it was Halloween based. I thought it had something to do with fucking Halloween. And rewatching it, I was like, oh no, it's not on Halloween. It's still fuck cool though. So why don't we talk about this little gem because I like Shudder. Every once in a while, you get some really cool originals. You get some fun stuff like the VHS Halloween stuff, and you know, you said you had some words about this movie.
Yeah,
I think I may have enjoyed it more than you just based on your statement, but who knows? We're gonna find out. That's what we're here
that's
to do
right.
at the
Dun
Horror
dun
Pop Extravaganza.
dun.
Yes, now I'm up to the challenge. Can I talk you into believing that this was better than you believe it was right now?
Right.
And this is Night of the Reaper. Night of the Reaper, like Grim Reaper. And I stumbled upon it. It was like, hey, it's a slasher thing. I'm going for it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be cool. So before we get full into it, why don't you open the IMDb and give us a rundown of who made this? Who?
Ooh,
Hootie and the Blowfish?
Hootie and his blowfish.
I wanna be with you.
Dude, that was hot fire when it first came out, dude.
Dude, it's still hot fire. I don't
Now
give a
it's
fuck. That album was good, dude.
yeah.
So
All
good.
right. Hootie has nothing to do with this movie, not even in the soundtrack. Although the movie does have
They have
like
a pretty dope soundtrack.
had
They
a pretty
paid
dope
for some
soundtrack. Yeah,
royalties. Yeah, they
yeah, they
paid for
did.
some to get some good music.
That's where most of the budget went, I think.
Shut the
Dir- the director of this is Brandon Christensen. He
Okay.
also wrote it with his probably brother Ryan Christensen.
We've seen some great brother duos throughout the years, going all the way back to the Marx brothers. And there was like fuck 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've seen
brother.
some good, but you know, our generation, probably the Coens. And
Cohen, even they're breaking up, dude. And I just watched Honey Don't. And I
uh,
really like all the cats in that movie. I fucking love the Cohen brothers, but it fell flat, dude.
and that's hard. The
It
Wachowskis.
the Wachowskis, the Wachowskets now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
They
I'm trying to
sucked
think.
ever since they broke up.
I feel like there was another brother group, but I can't remember. You know who didn't suck? That's brothers? The Chiodo brothers of Killer Clowns from Outer Space fame. Because I'm pretty sure if you still went
And
back to
Ernest
them
Scared
today,
Stupid
and
fame.
Ernest Scared Stupid fame, if you went back to them right now and was like, we want to make Killer Clowns 2, they'd be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
100 million%.
We still
That's
like
one that like why
the
hasn't Shutter
the
fucking done one?
Wahlbergs. The Wahlbergs are still a great brother team.
They made great burgers, but they fight a lot.
What about the Skarsgårds?
Those are like the sexiest fuck. Well, except for their like weird dad
Yeah, like
skeleton Skarsgård.
he used to just walk around in nothing but a martini glass.
Oh yeah,
When
dude,
we were kids.
just hanging dong, dude, around his ankles. That guy's hung like a fucking mule, and
That's
that's why all the Skarsgårds are. They're all hung like mules, dude.
fair.
Just think about that next time you're watching it. It is just hanging dong, dude. What if he's in that sewer grate with no pants on? And he's
Oh,
just like, come here, little boy.
he's got to keep spooling his wiener back up because it's getting floating down the drain because it's
What if he blows up those balloons? Have you ever seen him carrying around a can of helium? He sticks that shit in his butt, dude. And he's just like, and he's like, want a balloon? Yeah.
I've never heard him say, want a balloon?
Dude, that's
Well, I
like one of
guess
his.
kind of. Yes, you're right.
Everybody says that line.
I told you I'm tired and handicapped.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about your handicap. I will give you grace from here on out.
Okay.
Do
Go ahead. Go
you want to
ahead.
hear who's in this movie or not?
Yes, please.
All right. Jessica Clement plays Deena, the main
She's our
character.
primary female lead.
When I first saw her, I thought it was Baby Wolverine, but it's not that
Mhm.
girl. That's a different girl.
Has a look like she could be part of the baby Wolverine family, though.
She does, yeah. Like she's a Wolverine-ess or maybe like a honey badger.
Ooh, that's really
Yeah.
scary. Like 2 Wolverines and a honey badger coming at you.
What if we did a Wolverine spin-off called Honey Badger and it was like poo, blood, or honey?
What if we took that old internet meme video that was like badger, 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 and wrote a full fleshed out script to that? Mushroom, mushroom. And it's just like super metal. Like badger, 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 badger.
Like get Metalocalypse to do the soundtrack?
Oh, dude, that'd be the best ever.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about another fucking stone cold pimp, Ryan Robbins playing the sheriff in this. This dude was fucking stacked.
Dude, I love this guy. He looked like he could have been somebody from I can't remember who I was thinking, but somebody from 90210's like brother. Uh
like he's Matthew Perry's older brother.
it was Luke Perry.
Oh
Not
yeah, yeah.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew was from Friends.
Right. No, but this dude had like he kept reminding me of someone. I couldn't put my finger on it though. But I really liked the sheriff character. He's just like, but you're right. He looked like steroids made human.
Yeah, dude. When he first comes out just in his little white shirt,
That's a scary sheriff.
that is a scary sheriff. And then we got Summer Howell. She played the young lady who didn't make it through the first scene.
Okay.
But she was good, you know. She kind of comes
Emily,
back
right?
later on.
Emily, yeah.
Emily, yeah, you were paying attention. Good job. And then Keegan Connor plays Tracy. And I
And
thought I
that's
saw
her
her.
best friend.
Oh, is that her? That is her best
Right.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And well, so who was that lady that was like the main lady?
Let's see. So you had the sheriff, the deputy. You've got Deena. You do see her parents for just a second, but not long. You've got her friend who stays home sick. You've got the girl at the beginning. You've got the park ranger.
The park ranger. Who's that?
I
I was
can't
trying to figure that
remember
out
her name off the top of my head, but yes,
at
you've got
first. I
her.
thought it was Thora Birch. I was so fucking wrong from the beginning of this movie on, dude. I was just like, fuck. The fucking chick, the one that played Emily, I thought she was that girl from Wednesday when I first saw her.
That one makes a little bit more sense. The Thora Birch one, I don't know.
I was like, oh, cool. Thora
Okay,
Birch is this.
what does the Internet Movie Database think that this gem is about?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
College student Deena visits home and is roped into babysitting. The local sheriff has mailed a piece of evidence and is led on a scavenger hunt to reveal the killer of another babysitter.
Yeah. March,
Sorry.
March, March. So that's not bad. Not the worst. Not the worst we've had.
It's kind of like a
Uh,
ho hum description for a ho hum movie.
Listen, I think it was not perfection, but definitely enjoyable.
Tell me what you enjoyed about it. Like,
Okay, so
let's go through it.
Let's go. Let's start the thing right off. Open
Yeah,
up, babysitter.
babysitter
Standard cliche. We got a
standard.
babysitter. You know, Halloween was almost called the babysitter murders because that's what the fuck it was.
Yep.
And that's been a thing ever since. I like this girl though. Like the acting here, like you said, when she has a chance, you know, she hangs out with this kid for a little while, and then she has the opportunity to like smoke cigarettes and fucking sing Pat Benatar and run all over the room, or Joan Jett, one or the other. And
Never
she
smoked a
looks like
cigarette in her life. This kid. Did you see how she was holding it?
right. It did look
Weird.
like Virginia Slim or something. Like it was somebody because this appears to be late 70s, early 80s VHS. Well, I don't know. The camcorder looked a little bit newer. It's somewhere. It doesn't really have a place in time.
Yeah, no, it's
But
timeless.
it's before, you know, cell phones and shit like that. We don't have
For
cell
sure.
phones. Yeah, we've got VHS. We've got a kid playing Centipede on an old Atari.
Centipede. Yeah.
Yeah,
They had
we
to pay for that shit too, dude. Like, damn.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And either way, we're getting ahead of ourselves. This girl's babysitting, and she's babysitting a little boy and a little girl, and she, after her
Oh
little
yeah.
dance party, she thinks that the parents are home. The garage door opens, and she runs, and she's like, gets everything cleaned up, and she's standing there all nice and prim, like, oh, okay. Goes outside, like, what the fuck? Why is the garage door open? Nobody's here. Starts smoking again out in the street, and then sees his fucking dead dog in the road. Goes over, like, oh, fucking sad. Who's not sad about a dead dog? Like, hurry, call John Wick. She's goes back into the house, and shit starts getting kind of fucking crazy. Stuff starts being out of place. There's little notes all over that's like, hey, will you be
But if you don't
my
live in a place, would you know that stuff was out of place?
But it seemed like she had babysat there for quite a while. These kids were pretty comfortable with her. And when we say out of place, there's like fucking teddy bears with blood writing on notes that say "Be mindful."
Right, but how does she know that like that wasn't there all day?
Right. And she even goes up to check on the kids. She's like, "Yo, you did this. I know you're trying to fuck with me. Little kids always playing pranks and whatnot." The little girl's in there on her Walkman listening to New Kids on the Block or something, and she's like, "Hey, you almost got me pretty good, leaving these notes around and shit. Ha ha, real funny." And the little girl's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. That should be like a conjunction." She's like, "That says your instead of you are." And she's like, "I didn't do that shit." And then she goes back to look at the little boy. Now the chair's knocked over. He's already been talking about monsters in the closet. There's another bear. Some other shit scares her, and then she goes see the little girl, and the little girl's tied up, and she's got like a note on her, like with some writing on her. We go downstairs, the TV's on. She's seeing this nightmare kind of Grim Reaper image coming out of a shadow that holds up a note that corresponds with all the other notes that she had seen. So it's like, fuck, are we in some paranormal shit? Like, what's going on? And then we see, like, rah, this Reaper character comes after this babysitter. Title cards, excuse me, title cards, Night of the Reaper. We got staticky VHS tracking lines all over the place. So it's kind of, again, setting the tone somewhere between 1978 and 1994. This thing.
Holy, you really pinned it down.
This thing takes place. Because I was looking at his JVC camera and I'm like, damn, what, trying to
That
think.
looked a little advanced
It
compared to
looked a
what everything
little,
else.
right. It looks a little more proper, a little more advanced, like you said. And we get the titles, and this is where we meet Deena, who, as soon as they said her name, there's an episode of Bob's Burgers where Tina, I think, puts a barrette in her hair and turns into Deena. Somebody accidentally calls her Deena, and she's got like more attitude and sass. She's a swords player.
That's pretty much how this character was. She was like, I've got a haunted past and I'm going back to my hometown where the haunted happened.
Yes, and her
But we're not
haunted,
going to
I
know about
think
it yet.
yeah, we don't know about her haunted yet, but we do know she is haunted. She is walking down the road, and we meet the local cinephile with a camera jumping out, playing can of camera with people,
You mean Randy from Scream?
pretty much. And he's jumping out like, "Oh, fuck, D, you're back in town." And then the other football jockey is like, "Hey, girl."
Comes out of the van like he was
Right.
waiting for
Like,
them
what were you
to
guys
start their
doing back there?
conversation.
Right.
Why is he standing outside the van? You're in there.
They were giving each other handies right before they showed up. They're like, "Oh, it's a girl. Stop."
That's
Get the
what best
camera
buds do.
out." Right. And so
That's what we did before Halo.
they hung out in vans and gave each other handies.
Are you sick of giving your friends hand jobs in the van? We got a new game for you.
Oh.
Dude, playing Halo is way less gay than jerking you off in a van. Yeah, I don't like it though. Let's go jerk each other off in the van.
They got these portable screens now, so we can put the Xbox in the van.
We can jerk each off and play Halo.
Okay, back to the movie. Back to the movie. So she's back in town, runs into these two, talks to them for a little bit, goes and catches up with her best friend, who is super cool. I think this girl plays it really well. And she's like, "Oh, I got this babysitting thing tonight." She's like, "Oh, I fuck brought you some coffee." She's like, "Oh, what if I was at college with you? We give dudes the worst blue balls ever in their life." She's like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And
She's like, I don't know. I'm not really going to class and stuff. Things are kind of fucked up. She's like, we could like,
we
we could show our titties to these boys. They could get all horny, and then we could be like, no.
Right, right. And we do get her at her parents' house for a few moments. We see her dad is kind of, really out of it, not really there. She's like, "Oh, Dad, I'm studying fucking microbes and shit," and he just doesn't even really acknowledge her. And her friend had asked, like, how are your parents doing? So we know something tragic. Again, to your point, there's tragedy around this girl somewhere. And her mom's like, oh, we're so fucking happy to have you back. Blah, blah, blah. And her friend wanted to go out, but she's like, I can't do it tonight. I got to babysit the sheriff's kid. And meanwhile, the sheriff gets a package on his doorstep, and it's a garage door opener. And
This sheriff has the most fucked up shift. Apparently, it's just 48 hours of just being on work. So that's
well,
why he had to have a babysitter.
he kind of goes into a psychosis, though, at one point that I think starts driving his actions, even after his deputy's like, go home, be with your kid and rest. And he's like, fine, I'll go do it by myself then. He's like a Terminator. He's going for it. He finds this garage door opener, and he's sitting with his deputy outside the scene of the crime, the first murder that we had witnessed, the first babysitter. Deputy hits the button and it opens up. He's like, well, fuck. Like, this guy would be just killer in a Western somewhere.
He's going, well, fuck.
Right. I told you. Fuck. No, he's now he's onto something. He's like, where'd this thing come from? Because there was no postage on it or anything like that. He's like, I just know it was a garage door opener. I know
He
there's
knew that the mailman didn't deliver it because the box wasn't damaged.
right.
That's good
Right.
detective work right there, dude.
I think he said because there was no postage on it. But
I guarantee this dude has a whole backstory about how he was like in Nakatomi Tower and it got taken over by terrorists and he was the only one that could stop it. And now he's moved to this little town to just like live a quiet life. And there's a fucking killer shark that is attacking people.
you're right, because he looks like somebody from Sharknado. However, comma, he gets the package. They open the garage door. He's like, something's not right. What's not right? I don't know, but I know something's not right. She is talking to her mom. Deena's talking to her mom. She's like, hey, your fucking homegirl called and she said it's an emergency. Make sure you call her back. She calls her and she's like, I got the Hershey squirts, like worse than when I drank jacuzzi water.
Jacuzzi water Hershey squirts are the worst, dude.
Right.
Because there's like some salmonella in there, a little bit of
Everything.
semen,
Everything.
a little bit of your Uncle Ed's semen
Ew, dude.
from
Stop.
when him
Stop.
and Aunt
Stop.
Tammy had too many
Ah!
cocktails.
Oh, Ed.
Ed, those aren't even your swim trunks. I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck in my brother's trunks. I don't give a shit.
Bros.
Fuck your hot tub brother. This movie's fucking crazy.
I don't even know how we're getting to all these places. However, she's like, I got the shits. I need somebody I needed somebody to babysit this kid. And she's like, oh fuck, for real? Like, I don't know. Okay, I'll go ahead and do this thing for you. So she ends up at the sheriff's house where we meet the kid. He's super fucking cool, playing video games. She's like, yo, give me fucking, tour around your house. Don't stay here and play video games all day. I'll give you fuck candy if you show me around and shit. And we go in the basement and there's some creepy moments with mom's old wedding dress. And we know there's some tragedy here too, because the kid's like, oh, me and my mom used to watch these, she was in a car crash. We used to watch these creepy old movies. And he's taking her around the house. There's mom's wedding dress in the basement. And then a fucking boom, jump scare mannequin.
Let's talk about the fucking candy drawer. She was like, I'll give
Dude,
you a treat if you fucking come and show me around the house. And he's like, all right, let me show you my treat cupboard. He opens this place up, dude, and it's like fucking Willy Wonka's candy store inside of the cupboard.
come with me and you'll be.
Do you think that's what happened when your mom dies, dude? They just
You
like
get all the candy, dude.
your
You get all the
sheriff dad
candy.
just is like, I'm never home. Your mom's dead. You can eat all the fucking candy you want. I'll get you the best new video game, Centipede.
We're going to Costco. That's not even a thing yet, but we're going to the fucking Jim's soda pop shop and candy drop, and we're gonna fucking get you loaded up, kid. Or that place at the mall where you could get the bag full by the scoop.
Yeah, dude, the scoop.
100%. All right. So she's over here babysitting him. We get this walk around the house. She's kind of creeped out, sees somebody outside, a shadowy figure at one point, because they're playing walkie-talkies, like, where are you? Oh, fuck, I don't know. That's Dad's room. He keeps guns in there and shit. And she calls her friend, like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I'm fucking dying. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye. Sheriff ends up calling her at some point. How are things going? Oh, it's okay. He's hiding. We're playing fucking hide and seek right now. Great. But by this point, Sheriff has found, I can't remember where he gets the first tape.
Yeah.
But yes, he gets the first Night of the Reaper tape. Again, it's given to him under weird circumstances. It just kind of shows up.
Yeah. I think it was delivered to the station or something, like that girl that runs the front desk who had a whole
Oh,
storyline. Like, I want to know her story because
right.
she had some stuff going on.
For sure. She kind of was in love with the deputy guy too, though. So that
Totally
was all
was,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Don't ever bang the chick at the front desk, guys. It's bad news.
Bad news
She'll
bears.
break your heart.
The front desk girls will break your heart. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my camera a little bit. So he gets a tape and he plays the tape, and it's a kid dying out in the woods, very snuff filmy. And the kid he's like, I think that's fucking so and so. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, Collins, something, something, that they said he fell over taking a piss. I'm like,
Who does that? Like, well, he's out here dead in the woods. He must have been taking a piss and fell over.
right.
Case
And
closed.
and the sheriff was like, I was always a little suspicious. So maybe he didn't have full access. Maybe it was Park and Wildlife who had full access to that one.
That's what it was, dude.
Maybe.
He didn't have
So,
jurisdiction.
but he sees this video and he's like, oh, fuck, there's something. Or no, he notices in the garage door video when they see that one, the license plate is the rock on one. And this is the kid they know who runs around with the fucking video camera being weird. And that was me growing up, by the way. And they pull him in. Oh, we fucking. He's like, what are you doing? I know I don't even know what my Miranda rights are, but I know that I got some, and you can't do this. You need to be, either arrest me, get my lawyer, give me a phone call or whatever. And he's like, oh, you want us to fucking charge you with something? I'm like, got fucking evidence in the other room. Fuck says right there that you were there, and somebody was with you, and I want to know who. And then he gets like real close to him and shit. And the deputy's like, Sheriff, this ain't fuck procedure. We got, he's Barney Fight like, no, Andy. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I was busting bad guys when you were still shitting your diaper, kid. Get out of here.
Right. Shitting in your
Barney
pants.
Fife, go take your one bullet and go jerk your friend off in a van.
Yes.
We don't do that anymore. We play Halo now.
In the van. So they've got this kid under lock and key. And meanwhile, she's starting to see some weird shit happen around the house, kind of how we saw at the beginning. Deena is experiencing the same things that we saw the girl at the beginning experience. Shit being moved around. She had looked at a picture of the little boy's mom, and then she goes up there and there's a newspaper article that's like fucking person dies in car crash. It's like, whoo, where did it come from? And there's other stuff moving around. The wedding dress is hanging up somewhere. And the sheriff is now pursuing this kid. And in the video that was in his tape, they find the other football playing kid, the jock character. And he's like, I'm gonna go check him out. And he's like, you can't fucking do that, sheriff. It's not right. You can't, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't give a flying fuck what's right or what's wrong. I'm going to do this. We're going to make this happen. And so he takes off to go to the kid's apartment. And meanwhile, we're back at the house. The girl is called 911 and she's like, oh, fuck. There's something going on, blah, blah, blah. We only see a little snippet of that. She talks to the sheriff for a minute. She calls her friend and is like, stay on the phone with me, stay on the phone with me. She don't want to stay on the phone with her, hangs that up. She goes outside, finds a dead dog. This is the calling card of this killer, is it all starts with a dead dog. And you hear it in the distance. Way, way off there. You hear it way off in the distance. She goes outside, sees this thing. When she's outside, the door slams shut. Oh no, panic mode. And I think that's when she goes in and shit's moving around. She's like, fuck, fuck, fuck. And Now we go to the killer's point of view for a couple minutes, and we've seen this killer in the videos now. We saw it with the girl. We saw it with the kid at the camp or out in the woods camping, this kind of Reaper skull face under a cloak, hooded
Just
type
the most
character.
generic Spirit Halloween mask with the Scream Killer cloak on over it. And I was just like, come on, man.
See, and I kind
Didn't
of
even
like it.
try.
I kind of like it though. The fact that somebody didn't take the time to figure out, let's fucking
That
create a whole new thing.
that worked with Michael Myers. It worked again with Scream. But let's cut it out now, guys. It's been done.
Yeah, and with
You got to
Michael, it
try
was a
hard
little
now.
different. They turned it inside out, and they had to fix the hair up to make it all. So the killer has a knife to the little kid because she starts hearing the TV on, and we're kind of watching a recreation of this opening moments. She hears the TV on and goes downstairs, and then we switch to the killer's point of view, and the killer's like fucking knifing around on the kid's blanket and shit, and you're like, this is fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And doing that, we go downstairs and we hear help me, fucking somebody's in the house, da 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 da, help me. And we see the killer, like camera, kind of POV floating, wants to catch this moment on camera, and turns the corner. There's a tape recorder on the island saying help me, help me, help me. And then the killer turns around and we see Deena come charging straight at her with a like Michelle Pfeiffer Batman Returns taser,
Yeah.
and just like
You just
and gets her, and then she's all smiling and shit, like watching her fade out. Our killer wakes up, and Dina's talking to her, maybe through the walkie-talkie, and she's like, "Sorry, I had to drug you. It took me some time to prepare all this shit." And this is where we start to get some exposition. And at first, I really liked this turn. I thought it was good. I was like, "Okay, this is different. Where are we going here?" And she's like, "You fucking killed my sister." So her sister was the very first babysitter. And
right.
she's like, "You killed my sister. I followed you home, after the funeral." And you have this fun cat and mouse that you don't get to see a lot, especially between two female leads in a horror movie. And she's like, "How does it feel to be hunted?" She's like, "How does it feel to know I could be anywhere in the dark?" And then you look over, and she has the camera set up in the closet, and the killer goes in there. And we learn that the killer is the park ranger. And I like that there's not a lot of explanation outside of she's fucking crazy.
She's fucking crazy and she's really into roadkill, which we
Right.
established earlier with the sheriff when
Mhm.
she was like, I got so much roadkill. I'm scooping some off the ground right now. I got a whole pile of it in the back over here. And the
Right.
sheriff's like, all right, carry on.
Right.
And
She's
also
like,
in
no,
that
she's like,
scene,
could
she
you
was
set up
fixing her.
those speed traps? She does request speed traps so that not more of the dogs to get killed, but she's fucking crazy.
She's crazy. The sheriff's kind of a dick, though. He pulls up on her and she's fixing her tire, and he doesn't offer to help her fix the tire. He
Yeah,
just
he does. No, she doesn't. She's not fixing her tires. She's getting the roadkill off.
she's scooping the roadkill off, but I thought she had, I don't know.
No, I don't think she had a tire too. I think it was just the roadkill.
All
Because
right.
she asked them to put a speed trap in, and she's like, I hate doing this. It's so sad. Da da
Yeah.
da da.
But she really likes doing it.
Because she's crazy.
She keeps the roadkill and she uses it for what? Do you,
Self-defense.
I mean, like, was that just supposed to be freaky or was there like a reason for it?
I don't know if that's what she was using just for she was saving it for her little fucking things, but also I
Right.
thought some
Because,
of them were like the family dogs because you heard like the yipe, unless she was really good at it. She had a recording of it, or she was just out there like yipe, yipe. She was great at it.
she's really good at standing way off in the distance and like being spooky in
In
a field.
fog. Yeah,
Yeah. In a fog.
she knows how to find fog.
Yeah.
She
And
knows how
she
to find
turned the
her.
lights on. The babysitter turned the lights on and I thought she would be like gone or something, but she just keeps standing there. And then she turns the lights off again and she's still standing there. I was like, you're supposed to run away or something.
Yeah. But and this Deena though, and I love this because she even tells her, well, we're not in the house yet, so we're still. She's like, you're not in there, and she's like, give me a fucking hint, you little shit, and she's like, colder, because her and the kid were playing hot and cold, and she's like, colder, hotter, hotter, and she ends up getting outside, and this girl decorated this fucking grove area in the trees with all these skull hangy
A skeleton
things up.
decoration that you can get like at Spirit Halloween. Now, that decoration is $49.99. How many of those fuckers do you think were hung up in those trees?
At least I don't know if it was 49.99. That seems a little bit.
Have you
That
been to
seems a little
Spirit this
crazy.
year?
No, only once, and it was early though. It was
The
early on.
tariffs are hitting Spirit hard. $49.99 for that hang up thing, even if it was discounted and it was, let's say, $15.99. Let's say it was half off
Right.
the day after Halloween. And she
50%
she
off.
planned this for this long. She's got at least $500 worth of
Now,
decorations.
some of them look handmade though.
No.
She'd been planning this for a long time. She was in her dorm room just making fucking decorations like
Exactly. A
fucking.
college kid, she can't even afford the shit to make the decorations.
I feel like you're really trying to find a hole in something small. There was creepiness. You know, how did Otis Driftwood and all them get all that cool shit and have a whole underground Dr. Satan lair? I don't know, but they did.
That was Dr. Satan's lair before they even got there, dude. There were the thousand corpses were there when they built the house.
Oh, that's scary to think
Yeah,
about.
scary.
That's
Yeah,
scary to think
that's in a
about.
scary better movie than
But
this.
no, they talked about knowing him though before. They talked about knowing Dr. Satan like before he was down in the I don't maybe he was, I don't know. Anyway, back to this one. She lures her out into the woods and she's talking to her and she's like, "Where are you?" And then she comes out and she's like right behind you and just bam, right in the leg with a probably looked like a slug. I don't know if it was a slug. I feel like a slug would have tore her leg right off. So it was probably some
Right.
good buckshot because she wanted to stay alive a little bit. And she's gonna kill her right here. She's like, I want my sister's name to be the last thing you hear, like Emily fucking something something. And the chick starts laughing, and what's so fucking funny? Oh, I've been waiting for you to show up, and then boom, she gets hit in the back of the head with a log. Meanwhile, the sheriff, and I did like the way this was edited. I thought they kept the tension going with the cutting in between the two events that were going on. The sheriff searching, and I was a fan of that. But you got the sheriff searching, and they all end up, or no, the sheriff ends up, not all they. There was a bomb threat called in.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to. There was a bomb threat called in that takes all the cops away except the sheriff. And this is after he's brought in the quarterback character who had the tape on his bed that was the sheriff's wife's death. And
Right.
which he thought it was a slip on the ice. And this dude shows up and acts right here, like all the crying and shit. And just like he's probably just forcing tears out, like, you're gonna do it.
Cries for pussies, but this is for the movie.
Right. And he really sells this thing, and he sees that his wife did not slip on a patch of ice. Somebody jumped out in the road in front of her with a video camera in their hand, and then bashed her head off the fucking. And he's in there with the kid, like with his gun to his head, like fucking that was my wife at the time. And he's like, I just want to bring it to you. I don't know, dude. Fuck. And then he gets a call like, Sheriff, we got the footage from the bomb scare. We know who put the backpack there that was called in. He sees it and it's Deena. And he's like, oh shit, I gotta go out that way. So we're now back into the kitchen. We have the film kid, our serial killer, and Dina's on the floor, still kind of knocked out. And she's like, give me alcohol. I gotta need a tourniquet. And he's like, I don't know. And she like slaps the fuck out of him, like, shut the fuck up and do what I tell you. And Dina's even like, hey, you remember your dad that used to beat your ass? You just replaced him with her. I
Yeah,
thought that was a great line. I'm
that
like, that's
was a
good.
great line.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. And so they start patching her up, and now I can't remember our killer character's name, but Lizzie, I think she called maybe Elizabeth. It might have been Elizabeth because I think he called her Lizzie at some point, but I'm not sure. But she's like, "Oh, you're a cunning little fucking bitch, aren't you?" And they start, and she's like, "You forgot, one thing and shit, and all this." And she keeps playing her like a little deeper and deeper, and this is driving her crazy. She
Yeah.
can't for her, it's more, the notion of the getting away, the idea of the murders, and she does. She says, "Why my sister? Like, why would you pick her of all people?" And she's like, "Why not?" And that's the extent of the exposition that we get of why she kills all
Yeah.
these people and does all this crazy shit. And old boy, though, he's like, fuck, okay, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of town. And he's like, she's an artist and I'm an artist, helping her be artists. I'm like, that's not art. Like, murdering people like that is not art. He goes on to explain that they sent a sheriff to his house or a cop over to his house. And he's like, oh, I slit his throat. They're going to be all over the place if we don't get out of here. And she's like, oh, yeah, dummy, let's get it. 12 gauge to the fucking face, explodes his head all over the fucking mess, everywhere. This dude's like, or she's like, oh shit. Deena's looking down, and old girl starts giving her. She's like, yeah, because the original story was, she's like, I found your writing. I found what you planned on doing, is coming over here, killing my friend, saying that the friend had a thing for the sheriff, couldn't have the sheriff after his wife died, went crazy and killed the fucking kid and then killed herself or something like that. And she now is coming up with this plan of Deena was obsessed with the murder of her sister, created this crime web, went kind of crazy, blah, 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 blah. She's still trying to find a way out of this thing. She ends up tying her in the living room where most of the people have been killed. She's got her scary skull mask on again, and she's making her rewatch the video of her sister dying, which is fucked up, man.
That's really fucked
This
up.
was brutal. She's like, yeah, you see, these are her last moments right here. It's pure. It's all these fucking crazy, crazy things. She stabs her in both her legs. Like, and she even is just like, fuck you, gritting her teeth, like, I'm not gonna put up with your shit. Stabs her in the other leg, boom. She's like, your sister didn't hang on that long, but I'm gonna try and time it so you both have your last breaths at the same exact time.
That's pretty twisted.
Yeah, pretty fucking twisted, dude. And she's about to kill her or something like that. And she's like, you forgot one thing. And she's like, what's that? That my sister wasn't the only person you killed. And she turns, the sheriff is there, and he fucking blow, like right into one of her shoulders or something, spins her around on the ground. And he's like, where's Max? Where's fucking my kid? And she's like, he's good. Don't worry, he's safe. He's safe. I promise. Just fucking don't let her get up. Don't go anywhere. Don't let her get up. Don't let her get
He's
up.
sleeping through upstairs through all these
Right.
gunshots.
We did learn though when she's explaining to her how she did all of this stuff, we do learn that Max had been taken by the football player over to her best friend's house and given the information. Like he was always safe. She
Right.
tells her, I played it so good. I was walking around doing the worried damsel in distress thing, but this has been my plan the whole fucking time. So sheriff puts one in her, boom, knocks her down. She tries giving the whole fucking it's her. And I'm like, in this situation, she's tied up to a chair and you're clearly, crazy in a robe. It's her. And the sheriff looks at her and is like, Lizzie or whatever. And this is where I think he calls her something like that, Elizabeth or something, you were at our wedding. And she was like, I was at her funeral too. And she's reaching for the knife at the same time. And as soon as she goes to lunch, she just fucking plants one right between her eyes. The girl's like, fuck. And he's picking her up, moving her. And he's like, I gotta call this shit. And she's like, no, we can't give her our lives too. You know what I mean? Like, we can't let that happen. And so they divide this whole plan. They plant the kid's body at her house, the kid with the shotgun. I mean, his head was blown the fuck off.
Oh yeah.
I feel like forensics would have been like, but you know what? He's local. It's cop. He probably could have just pushed it through, made it happen. Like, yep, we did the full thing. Don't worry about it. It's fucking. I mean, he looks like somebody you would listen to. You know what I mean? If he was like, yep, I did a fucking thorough job. You're like, yep, I bet you
Got it.
did. Yep, you
Head sheriff.
100%
He's
did.
got it.
But they come up with this whole thing to kind of blame a lot of it on the kid and her because they send the search teams to her house. They somehow connect to her. They find the tapes behind her refrigerator where Deena had initially found them, these Night of the Reaper movies. And she's missing though. They're like, they'll never find her. She'll be their boogeyman. Maybe she always was their boogeyman, but they're never going to find this person. But she's fucking gone and she didn't deserve to take what she took from us. Da 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 da. And then we see them at the funeral, I think for her sister, which kind of confused me because I was, well, maybe not though, because I was like, possibly they weren't going to bury until they knew for sure. I don't know if she was one of the missing ones. Her sister at the beginning, the original babysitter.
Mm.
Yeah, either way, that's when we kind of get to roll credits. So why don't you give me your takeaways, your insights into this Night of the Reaper?
This would have been a really fun Halloween VHS sequence, but it did not stand on its own as a full-length feature film. I was so fucking bored through this whole movie, bro. There was so much walking around, responding to spooky noises. And granted, the house was good, the actors were good, and by the time it kicked into gear in the last 15 minutes, I was like, this is sweet, this is well done, but they didn't earn it with the follow-up to it. Even the
The
opening,
lead
the
up
cold
to it.
opening, yeah, I just was like, this is going on forever. Like, kill this bitch and let's get on with this movie. And I just think, and I know that like love these kind of like you love these old slasher movies and stuff, and you
Right.
don't care that the pacing is slower. You like that because it builds up the creepiness. But for me, I'm like, we're in 2025. If
Yeah,
I
but
want to watch a slow movie, I'll go
yeah, but
watch an old one.
it's been done well with stuff even like House of the Devil and shit like that. You know, where you
But
didn't get a
but
lot.
that's different. See, that one, the characters earned it for me. It
Yeah,
had so many
she's so good.
interesting
She's
characters.
good.
This one, everybody was just sad and downtrodden and had a mysterious past. And if you don't tell me what their mysterious past is until the last 15 minutes, guess what? I don't give a fuck about them. And then when you finally tell me, I'm like, I guess I should have gave a fuck, but you told me too late.
Deena like the babysitter though. I feel like her relationship, Dina's relationship with the little kid was good. Like she played it good and she played some different. Now we did no, I'm not trying to argue this is the best movie ever fucking made. Like when
Right.
we let's do our scores real quick and then
Okay.
maybe that'll set the tone a little bit more. So out of 5 nasty snuff VHS flicks, how many do you give Night of the Reaper?
Now the Reaper gets a 2, and it would have been a 1 if the last 15 minutes hadn't have been good.
Okay. And see, I'm giving it a 3. So not even that far
Ugh.
removed from you. I
Dude,
think
come
it's
what about the
I
kills, dude? What about the early kills? It was
they
like
I mean
PG-13.
a lot of them were on video, but it wasn't necessarily the kills. It was the idea of somebody toying with these people.
That's the thing. The idea was cool.
Right.
It
And
just
and
felt
and
like it
you
didn't.
do, you make a good point is that I do like, I've rewatched Halloween, I think twice, the original twice since October started. And a couple times or the one time really watched it, like really sat down and watched it. And it is slow.
That's so
It's
slow, dude.
it's slow, but for me, that's that Hitchcockian kind of buildup. But at the same time, this has elements of the '80s video nasty slasher kind of movies. These POV, like oh, killer coming to get you type of thing.
Hmm.
And I thought it was well acted. I thought it was fun. I think it's a popcorn movie. It's not here to change your mind about
If
anything.
all you want to do is eat popcorn and not enjoy a movie, then yeah.
You're a fucking idiot. I'm going a 3 out of 5, a straight 3 out of 5.
So you would watch it again. You did watch it again. You've watched
Yeah,
it twice, right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man. Good on you, dude. But
yeah,
not
it
for
didn't
me.
really, I don't know. Yeah,
Skip to the end if you want to watch this. Skip to the end. You'll save yourself a lot of. You'll be like, "Well, that movie's really good. I should watch the whole thing." Don't do that. Don't do that.
listen, somebody listening watch this and, throw it in the comments or whatever. Let us know if you agree with me or Little Duke Spooky if this is worth a watch. Will I go hunting it down again like super soon? No, but if it was on, would I be upset about it? No.
You
I
gave
think
the
it's like
sheriff a lot of credit too. I felt like he was like a porn star, and this was like his big like step up debut.
maybe. I don't
I
know,
can
but
just
I
picture
liked
him
him.
pounding away at something, dude. Just like
Why
a,
why would you watch this movie and picture the lead actor pounding away at something?
I don't know, dude. I just as soon as I saw him, I was like, ugh, that guy's into some like yeah, like a grandma, like a
But
hell
but
of a
I but
weight
I
grandma.
want to watch him have sex because
No,
that's
I
what I
don't want to
pictured.
watch him have sex. That was the point. I would rather watch him be a sheriff. And I created this whole backstory for him.
Which you should, dude. Okay, so maybe people really do need to watch this shit. Somebody out there, get a couple people, please, like 5, 10 people. Let us know. Watch Night of the Reaper. Put it in the comments and let us know what you think. A good
Here's
little fun popcorn movie or
one more thing.
something
One
that
more thing.
incites visions of pornography.
Well, yeah, that actor did. But listen, so you give us like a couple of like poor ass like cutaway kills at the beginning, where if they would have been better, maybe I would have been like, my
Yeah.
Duke spookiness is peaked. But then at the end, you get some really great kills. Like when they smash her head into the steering wheel, they cut to
Yeah.
it, and her head is like in the steering wheel.
Yeah.
That was cool. And the guy's head blows off his neck.
Right.
There's just neck left, dude. That was really great.
But
And I
there's
was just
different
like,
kinds of horror. There's different kinds of horror to enjoy. And I think this one, for me, I like that we didn't get the super intense stuff because then when it did happen, I was like, holy shit, like this is a different, and it did, tonally, I think shift a few times too many. It was like
yeah.
one thing, and maybe like you said, the amount of trauma that was attached to everybody was kind of a lot to weigh down on. And it's like I said, I give it a 3 out of 5. It ain't fuck 5 out of 5. It ain't 4 out of 5. It ain't fucking 3.5 out of 5. It is a 3 out of 5, which I think in the scale of 5 is somewhere around like a C. It's a good effort. I think it was a really good effort. Somebody tried hard, and there was a lot of fun to be taken away from it. So, but people, we need your help on this one. We need to know who's got this. Lil Duke Spooky or Pops Ghostly? Which side you on? Let's take that moment to pause for the living. Yes. I'm bringing a little bit of real world with me this week. So, a friend of mine, a tattoo artist who I work alongside, and an individual that I've known for probably almost a decade now. I knew she was battling some health stuff, didn't fully understand the extent, but got the message, in the group chat from the shop and shit, like, yo, fucking Jen's in the hospital, da 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 da. It's very bad, like a lot of tumors and shit all over the place. Had a stroke, a couple more strokes, some other stuff. I don't think anybody would be super offended about me sharing some of this stuff. Because Kevin, who is her partner, they've been together like 18 years and shit like that. He shared all this stuff with me, and I got the opportunity to go up and see her at the hospital, and she couldn't really say a whole lot. Not a lot of vocals, some stuff. And when she saw me though, she stuck her hand out because we always would hug. She'd be like, "Yo, hey Joe, what do you know?" And we'd always hug. Cause I'm a fucking hugger. I like giving fucking hugs to people. When I got in there, her hand kind of like reached out a little bit to the side on the edge of the bed. So I just sat down on the fucking floor and just held her hand for like a half hour, talked to the people that were in the room, talked to her a little bit. And it was good. I was hoping to get up there before I left town, but my MS was just like, no, it's not gonna happen. I've been really like, when I say I'm fighting through the day, like today, I've been fucking going for it, really fighting for it. And I just didn't have the energy, but they're gonna start some treatment. They are gonna pursue some treatment paths and things like that. That starts tomorrow, which I'm, excited about. Next time I'm down there, I'm hopefully going to be able to go in and see her again. And I know there's been a lot of people rallying around her, which is great to see. But it was and it happened fast. It happened really fast. And it was just one of those eye-opening examples of life where just you never know, man. You never know. It's like one day you got an upset stomach, the next day you're like, you got a fucking huge tumor in your belly. And it's like, oh, fuck. And I mean, I know that experience at least by proxy, the stuff that you've gone through with your family. And that's a scary thing to happen. But stuff like this, it's really scary. This is a lot of stuff going on all at one time. But they are going to pursue treatment in that. But it did just give me another realization like, you have to fucking live under the reality of like every day truly is just that day. You don't know. None of us know. We're never going to know exactly when it's going to happen. And man, just I don't know, take the time to fucking like you said, we were talking, so this isn't in anywhere in the episode if anybody's like, "Wait, when did they talk about that?" It was before we started recording, but you were talking to me about, ordering some shit and our hyper consumerism that we tend to be a part of as a culture. built a culture of like just buy as much as you can fucking buy, you know, buy everything. Learn what's trivial and what's not. Try to for yourself, not what I tell you is trivial and what's not, you know. But for me, it seems that the most important thing that we can pursue is truly meaningful interpersonal relationships. You know, 4 or 5 of them if you can. Like that would be money. Your spouse, your partner, whoever, that's amazing. You that should be the strongest one. That should be like the root, you know what I mean? The root foundation. But outside of that, you need some people in your life that you are close to, you know, that you care for. And this is the person in the hospital, Jen, you know, and I hope and meditate and pray and all that shit that this, you know, does turn around in one way or another because she wants to fight. She said she wants to try and fight it. But for those people around us, you know, to take the time to recognize them, the ones that we think are always going to be there, like our spouses or our good friends. And if you don't have those good friends, you know, it's never too late to try and find one because there's somebody out there who just wants a good friend and would probably be a fucking great friend. But there's a person you can be vulnerable with, you know, that you can cry with, that you can open up with, that will not just sugarcoat things and make it the way you want it to be. You know, they'll be honest with you and tell you, like, hey, man, you're fucking up a little bit. Like, what's going on with you? I'm here for you, though. Those are the kind of relationships that I think matter kind of more than anything in life. When you get to the end of life, I think it's going to be a lot of reflecting back on that. Like, I did tell that person I love that I love them. I'm all right, you know, I did that thing. But this whole experience has been just another example of life going incredibly quickly and how important it is to stop and just realize it's temporary. It's temporary. I might even get that tattooed on my fucking forehead. Temporary in
Perfect.
death metal letters, so people can barely understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So what do you got? You know, what do you got on the brevity of time?
Yeah, man. I just question your priorities, you know?
Mm.
Like I set priorities for myself and I'm like, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not giving myself enough time. And then I realize, well, if I switch that, then I'm not spending time with my kids, you know? And that's precious time. Every day I feel like the next day when they wake up, they're a little bit older. And I feel like I'm missing it no matter, the days feel long, but the years feel small.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
And
and
it's,
just,
you know, I think when you can learn to just stop and just be there fully, you can live almost whole
and
lifetimes in
it's
one
so
day.
hard, dude, to stop because there's so many things pulling our attention in so many different directions. But yeah, take it from Pops Ghostly.
And
Take a pause.
that's where you got to figure it out and be like, like you said, you know, what are the priorities? If stuff's
Yeah.
pulling you in all kinds of different directions, cut the fat, make a list and be like, what the fuck do I need to cut out so that I can be with the people? Because like you said, it goes fast. My oldest is going to be 19 in December.
Ooh,
Which is, yeah, wild, man, you know. But I've
yeah.
also, I really enjoy it now, even, and I make sure that I take the time that when we talk on FaceTime or when we're together, that I really just be with her and be
Yeah.
fully there and just be present. And then it's like you don't ever have to be like worrying, like, fuck, I'm not spending enough time with my kids because like the time I am spending with them, I'm trying my best to make it
Yeah.
quality, meaningful. And I do that shit with my clients. I do it with people, you know, at the shop, just anybody really. Just like, hey, if I'm here in front of you, I'm gonna try and make the best of it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You're sitting there with people it's just a normal day at work for you, but you're changing someone's life, basically. You always remember what you were doing when you were getting a tattoo.
Yeah,
And then that tattoo's there forever, dude. You put
yeah,
something on somebody that's forever.
yeah.
I mean, I've spunked on a couple girls' chests, but it doesn't really like stay forever, dude.
Not forever.
No, I didn't permanently like scar that person. You get to, and they pay you, probably tip you well too.
Yeah, yeah. Usually it goes pretty good, man. It's you know, I get to practice my craft. It's where I feel the most natural is creating art. And so I feel very fortunate that I get to do that for a living. But a lot of times, yeah, I get to be there for them and it's not just like, "Oh, you're fucking here, so I get to tattoo because I'm the shit." It's like, "No, you fucking you're a rock star. Like without you, I can't tattoo and this is the only place I can be anyway, so why not have a good time while we're doing it?" And yeah, we make it
And
happen.
they're in pain. You're
Yeah.
not in pain. They're in pain. Tattoos hurt.
Yeah, tattoos do hurt. I mean, I might be in like multiple sclerosis pain or some shit like that, but
You know what? That's very fair. I keep forgetting about your uh
it's very real.
it's
It's very, it's very real.
very real, dude.
But
Oh, fuck.
yes, no, but yeah. So take the time, be around those people you love, even if somebody you ain't talked to in like 10 years, and you're like, oh, they probably forgot about me. If you still care about somebody like that, reach out to them. Just be like, hey, I was thinking about you. That's all it takes. I was thinking about you, and I just want to say what's up, and I hope you're doing all right.
And sometimes they text back, "Go to fucking hell, you piece of shit."
I've
It's happened
usually
to
done.
me.
I don't think I've ever had that happen to me.
Well, not everybody's as close with their grandpa as I was.
And on that note, what do we have? What do we
We
have
got
next?
one more before Halloween, dude.
What do we have
Maybe even
next
two
week?
more.
Yeah, because today's the 12th. So, well, we still got Hell House coming out, and then this one's going to come out. So I think we have one more before Halloween. We have
Oh, okay.
one more that we could do. Should we jump into the Halloween franchise somewhere?
I
Throw
think
one
we
of them.
should get back in there, dude. It's been too
Yeah.
long.
We did Paul Rudd, right?
Nope.
Oh,
And we
we're
haven't
doing,
done your
then that's
favorite
it.
fifth one. The
Then
sixth
that
one?
the sixth one, that's Paul Rudd.
All
Yeah.
right.
Now we just have to decide. We'll do the regular cut because I think that's what most people have access to, even though there'll be a lot of talk about between the producer's cut and the regular cut of this movie. So yes. And I will try to ensure that I release them in the correct in the correct order. Uh Again, I apologize for that. But you know what? We're here, we're doing it, we're making it happen, and hopefully spreading a bunch of love and joy around in the world. We got some t-shirts coming. I'm gonna have one coming
What?
your way. Yeah, we got some t-shirts. B Money's been on it, dude. Bruce is out there just with the stickers, with the shirts, keeping the social media engaged and doing all that stuff. He is just a fucking shining star in this little horror pop manor. I kind of like
Yeah.
that. The horror pop
Uh,
manor. That's for the people
yeah.
like, the people really tied close to the show. But he's doing awesome things. So we got that stuff coming,
Thanks, Bruce.
which is yeah, it's awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our fun things across the social medias or right here on YouTube. And until next time, I have been Pops Ghostly.
And I'm Lil Duke Spooky.
Do a random act of kindness, people. Love you.
Keep it spooky.
No! No! No!
Horror Pop Extravaganza.